All right, this is Uptick Updates, episode 37. And hey, Brian, I saw on Twitter that registration starts today for the game of NFTs that we talked about recently. I guess that's going to be the main topic today.
Yeah. I think this is a very exciting event we can talk about today.
Great. So where should we start? I tried myself to, participate, but when I was filling out the form, it said it was mainly for teams. So this is something that just development teams will be participating in, or anyone can join.
Well, actually, anyone can join, but you have to be a developer. So because basically there's two phases defined for this game of NFT event. The first phase is especially for I think developers, because the first phase is more like to test out the infrastructure. I mean the incentivized testnet infrastructure. So in this level, maybe you don't even have a graphic user interface. So you have to use command line. There's three steps in the phase one. The first step is to create and do some basic transfer. The second part is do a lot of transfer between different participated networks, because the interchain requires different scenarios between different chains. And the third part is more like to do some small racing game, or maybe some quiz, something small games to make sure people can or have more innovation on this part. Yeah, so that's the phase one. Basically, phase one, I think, is more for the developers, because some prerequisite is you have to register. You have to register by using your GitHub account, and you have to your GitHub account should have at least 1 year active status. Yeah, so that's one way to make sure you are a developer with some experience. Otherwise it's difficult to participate and to complete the tasks.
Okay.
There will be about 20,000 Atom as a rewards
Wow.
for the phase participants.
It's pretty big.
It's yeah, that's pretty big. So that's actually a community contribution from Atom. There was a proposal before, right? But it was approved. So that's why this can be the rewards for the participants. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, I think we discussed before that this is being mainly organized by IRISNet. Is that right? But there's a lot of different teams involved. I saw on Twitter there, we mentioned Stargaze before, but there's like, I don't know, it seems like almost a dozen different projects involved, and then they're also looking for other people to participate. Maybe you could just quickly give a rundown of what game of NFTs is and what it's trying to accomplish. I think maybe we said it before, but just run through it again.
Yeah, so basically this game of NFT is a event to test and promote interchain NFT in the Cosmos ecosystem. And the interchain NFT actually is based on the IBC, inter-blockchain communication protocol. But it's an NFT on top of the basic protocol. So that's why we call it it's an application layer support on the IBC. So IRISNet team actually was the developer. They initialized the spec and they developed the code, basic code. So that's why they are the driving force on this project. Get support from the ICF, Interchain Foundation, and also some other ecosystem partners. So basically, IRISNet, they build the basic code to make it available to the community. At the same time, because this is an interchain NFT scenario, so we need to have interchain partners, right? Otherwise, you cannot play it by yourself. So that's why there are other projects in the Cosmos ecosystem become the partners and organizers of this event. For example, like Stargaze, Omniflix, Juno, and others, including Uptick Network, of course. And also, so because in order to test it out, you have to set up a interchain infrastructure. in the testnet space. That's why, so there are some parties to contribute testnet infrastructure, including Uptick Network, Stargate, IRISNet, and some others. So, and also some others like Cosmos Hub, they actually strongly support this event by contributing the Atom, right, so as rewards. And ICF as a foundation, they actually initialized the support to IRISNet to become the owner of this ICS 721 interchain NFT module. And also you can see more parties are joining this. Not only provide the infrastructure, but also provide additional services on top of that. So different roles, different parties. So that's the purpose to make this GON event, just like a carnival, right? So people are join together to test out in the different level. And eventually, I think it's a good event to bring the awareness to the community that interchain NFT is in the landing stage, right, to the community, to the Cosmos SDK. Yeah. So that's the overall background of this. And in the past few months, the organizers, actually the webpage behind you is a GON homepage. So as you can see on this page, you see several organizers. So which are the early contributors of that. So Uptick Network also joined this group in the last November. So we will test code, develop code, debug code together. So by end of the January, so it close to the okay stage. So that's why it's in the middle of February. Now it's open to public for the GON registration. Yeah.
Could you tell us about how this is going to fit into Uptick's long-term strategy?
Oh, of course. So the reason we participate this game is not just it's a event in the Cosmos ecosystem. It's more important it's really aligned into Uptick Network long-term strategy, because Uptick Network we target to be the business grade NFT infrastructure. So in that case, it should not just a NFT on Uptick chain. It should be interoperable among different chains. So that's why by default, interchain NFT, I mean cross-chain NFT scenarios should be supported by default. So even like before, there was no such ICS 721 in place yet. So we also made some efforts by ourselves to create some cross-chain bridges, so you can transfer back and forth. But because of the IBC, the power of IBC, it's more secure and it's more standard, right? So for everybody. So that's why this ICS 721 is really important to us. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel. And also, if we contribute to it and also adopt it, it will be like a standard protocol between different chains who with this module, just like you build a very standardized highway, right? So then your truck can driving back and forth. So it's not just it will be compatible by default. Yeah. So that's why. So this is a very important infrastructure component for the Uptick network. So with that, it will we will see more and more use cases be built on that. So our goal is to build the infrastructure, and the purpose of infrastructure is to really empower a lot of ecosystem applications, right? So those applications can also by supported by interchain component by default. Yeah, so that's really our goal. So yeah, so I think this is very strategic to Uptick, and also Uptick network might be one of the first chain to bring it to the public. I mean, into the production environment pretty soon.
That's good. Recently, registration started for the phase one, and then has the second and other phases been, solidified?
So now it's open to public registration so that people can register and be ready for that. And by the public registration will be closed by February 27th, if I remember correctly. So
Okay.
after that, that will be the starting point of phase one. So people can try to do the testing and try to compete with each other to accomplish tasks for the rewards points.
Yeah.
So this will last about a month. So that's the first phase will be accomplished. So after that, actually, the phase two will be the hackathon on top of that, because phase one is just like a bunch of core developers to make sure the infrastructure is good enough to use. The second phase is to let more application developer to use it to build their use cases. So they could be very innovative, right, to bring in different type of interchange scenarios. Yeah, so the second part, hackathon, I think you can see more and more use cases can fit into our application, ecosystem application vision. Yeah.
Nice. You'll be using the Uptick chain. How do people get a hold of the token?
Actually, people will get the token from Faucet.
Okay.
So because currently Uptick testnet is running very smoothly, so we have a bunch of validators supporting this testnet too. So we will upgrade our testnet 2 to support GON module in the next few days. So by doing that, before the beginning of the phase one, so the infrastructure will fully in place. And we also have a faucet, so people can get the test token to run on top of that.
Yeah, on the Discord. Okay, that sounds exciting, Brian. Thanks for the update. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or is that pretty much it?
Let me summarize a little bit. I think this GON is a very important event for the whole Cosmos ecosystem, because before, like actually this name convention is like a tradition, right? So in the past, so there's a game of stakes, game of chance, game of zones, and now it's a game of NFTs in the Cosmos ecosystem. So so we are very excited. Now it's it's not on the paper anymore, so it's in the reality. So I can see this year the cross-chain NFT infrastructure will be in place pretty soon. Of course, including Uptick network. So with that infrastructure in place, you can see more and more creative use cases happening, right? Otherwise, it's also just a paper design, right? So the general public can never get their hands on that. And that's why I'm fully supporting this GON event. So we contributed our testnet and to be part of the organizers. And also actually myself will also be a judge in the panel. So because there will be some additional use cases happen. So we need to have a group of people to judge, right, to test it out. Because there are standard tasks and also self-defined tasks in the phase one. Standard, it's okay, you just run through it to earn the points. But the custom cases, you can put your thoughts on that. So then it requires a group of judges to take a look. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy to join this event. So because I think the whole Cosmos ecosystem will also see more activities from Uptick network, because Uptick network is also joining the bigger Cosmos ecosystem very soon. I mean the mainnet, right? So it's a very exciting period of time.
Yeah, making history. Okay, thanks a lot for the update, and I hope to hear more from you soon. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.